Chapter 1. The Shattered Moon. Captain Ilara Voss stood on the bridge of the starship Argosy, eyes narrowed against the vivid display of the shattered moon that loomed on the main screen. The moon, once a perfect orb of silver rock, was now a chaotic web of debris, shimmering against the black void of space. She felt the eyes of her crew on her, the tension crackling like static electricity. They were deep in the Epsilon Quadrant, far beyond the chartered zones of Alliance space, where danger lurked beneath every celestial shadow. "Captain," said First Officer Mikhail Rezo, his voice a low rumble. "Scans indicate unusual energy signatures." "Define unusual," Ilara replied, her fingers tapping rhythmically on the railing. "There's a resonance pattern not consistent with known phenomena," Mikhail continued, his brow furrowed as he examined the readout. "It's almost as if the moon is trying to communicate," Ilara finished, her voice a whisper. The weight of history pressed down on her shoulders. Legends spoke of the echo moons, celestial bodies that were remnants of a forgotten civilization, said to house the secrets of the universe itself. Ilara felt a rare thrill of excitement, tempered by the foreboding twist in her gut. Prepare to initiate a closer examination, full spectrum analysis, and keep the comm channels open. As the Argosy glided toward the moon's fragmented surface, the ship's AI, designated as Z, interjected with its usual serene tone. "Captain, I must advise caution. The instability of the gravitational field suggests a high likelihood of kinetic collapse." "Noted, Z," Ilara replied, "but we've come too far to turn back now." "What do we know about the locals?" "The Pheros," Z reported, "an enigmatic species inhabiting the Epsilon Quadrant, primarily known for their reclusive nature and rumored advanced technology. Little is known about their societal structure or intentions." Ilara nodded. "Open a line when we're in range. Let's see if we can make friends before making enemies." The bridge was silent but for the hum of machinery and the occasional beep of instruments. The display showed the ship's approach, a bold arrow against the backdrop of the fractured moon. As they drifted closer, Ilara saw something startling. A lattice of light weaving between the jagged lunar fragments, forming an intricate mosaic that pulsed with rhythm, like an artificial heartbeat. "Captain," Mikhail said, his eyes wide, "that energy grid, it's some kind of defensive array." "Or a beacon," Ilara mused. "But for whom?" The answer came sooner than expected. Without warning, the cosmic silence was pierced by a shrill alarm. Mikhail's fingers flew over his console. "Incoming transmission." Ilara straightened. On screen, the main display flickered, and the image of a Pheros appeared. Its form was humanoid, yet ethereal, with luminescent skin and eyes like twin stars. When it spoke, its voice resonated in their minds, rather than through the speakers. A chorus of alien tones blended into words. "Travelers of the void," the Pheros being intoned, "you stand at the precipice of the ancient and the unknown. What is it you seek in the ruins of the first light?" Ilara took a breath, feeling the eyes of her crew on her once more. "We seek knowledge and understanding. We wish to learn from the remnants of those who came before. If this moon holds any secrets, we come in peace to uncover them." The Pheros' luminescent eyes flickered. "There is peril in pursuit of secrets. The shards of the first light are fragile, and the echoes are guarded by time and myth." "But is there wisdom to be gained?" Ilara pressed. "There is always wisdom in listening," the Pheros answered enigmatically, "and danger in expectation." Before Ilara could inquire further, the image vanished, replaced by a cascade of symbols and patterns that danced across the screen. A cryptic map of the moon's interior. "We've been given coordinates," Mikhail said, his voice tinged with awe. "Set a course," Ilara commanded, curiosity outweighing caution. "And ready an away team." As the Argosy descended through the moon's fractured layers, Ilara couldn't shake the feeling that they were about to unearth not just alien secrets, but something far more personal, a truth that had been waiting for her in the silent echoes of this celestial ruin. Part 2. The Echo Chambers. The landing bay doors of the Argosy opened with a soft hiss, as Alara led her away team onto the moon's surface. The landscape was otherworldly, an expanse of jagged rock formations and crystalline structures that shimmered with iridescence under the pale light of distant stars. The air was thin, the atmosphere negligible. Their environment suits provided the necessary life support and protection. "Watch your step," Alara advised, her voice echoing inside her helmet. "This terrain is unstable." The team consisted of Mikhail, Zed's mobile unit, a humanoid frame with a sleek metallic finish, and Tessa Lark, the ship's xenobiologist, whose expertise in alien ecologies had earned her a place on the mission. "This place is beautiful," Tessa murmured, awe evident in her voice as she scanned the surroundings. "But the energy readings are off the charts. It's like the very rocks are alive." "Alive or deadly," Mikhail countered, keeping a steady hand on his blaster. Zed's sensors scanned the area, producing a holographic overlay of their immediate surroundings. The coordinates provided by the Phyros lead to an entry point approximately 100 meters ahead. They moved cautiously, the moon's surface crunching softly beneath their boots. As they neared their destination, Alara's predatory instincts flared. Something was watching them. They reached a massive fissure in the ground, its edges jagged and sharp. Within its depths, a series of luminescent veins glowed, tracing the path into the moon's core like neon arteries. "This is it," Alara declared. "We need to rappel down. Tessa, do you have the seismic data ready?" Tessa nodded, adjusting her equipment. "The internal structure shows a labyrinth of tunnels and chambers. The energy readings are strongest at the deepest point." Using grappling lines, they descended into the fissure, the light of their helmets casting eerie shadows along the tunnel walls. They landed softly in a cavern, the air thrumming with latent energy. Stalagmites and stalactites formed twisted shapes like the petrified remnants of an ancient dance. "No signs of life," Zed reported, its optical sensors sweeping the area. "Yet," Mikhail added, his voice tight. The team pressed on, following the glowing veins deeper into the moon. The walls seemed to pulse with a rhythm, like a heartbeat, and Alara felt a strange compulsion, as if being drawn by an unseen force. They entered a vast chamber, the ceiling lost in darkness above them. In the center stood a colossal structure, a towering obelisk carved from the moon's crystal, its surface etched with the same symbols that had appeared on the Argosy's display. "The language of the ancients," Tessa gasped, pointing to the base of the obelisk, where a console-like panel jutted out, a seamless blend of crystal and technology. "This is incredible. It's a repository, an archive." Alara approached cautiously, reaching out to touch the panel. A surge of energy coursed through her, momentarily paralyzing her with a flood of visions, fragments of history, star maps, and faces. She staggered back, breathless. "It's like, it's alive, and it knows us." Before they could process, the ground trembled violently. Mikhail steadied Alara, his expression grim. "We've overstayed our welcome." But retreat wasn't an option. The chamber's walls shifted, revealing hidden passages. A group of figures emerged, Phyros, their forms fluid like liquid light. But these were different, older, their presence commanding. "You have awakened the guardian echoes," one of them said, its voice resonant with authority. "The knowledge you seek comes at a cost. The past must be reconciled with the present." Alara faced them with unyielding resolve. "What do we need to do?" The lead Phyros gestured to the obelisk. "Understand the echoes, for they hold the key to what was and what can be. But beware, for they will test your deepest truths." As the words faded, the chamber transformed, the passages around them closing off, locking the team inside with the towering, enigmatic obelisk Part 3. The Trials of Shadows. Trapped within the chamber, the team's sense of urgency escalated. The obelisk loomed in the center, a silent sentinel surrounded by the shifting glow of ethereal energy. Ilara steadied herself, the echoes of ancient memories still reverberating through her mind. "We need to activate the archive," Tessa said, excitement tempered with caution. "If we're going to understand these echoes, we need to engage with the structure." "But how?" Mikhail asked, scanning the room for any sign of a threat. "We can't just start pressing buttons without knowing what we're dealing with." Ilara approached the obelisk once more, her fingers brushing the intricate carvings. To her surprise, the symbols seemed to respond to her touch, shifting and aligning in a pattern that resonated deep within her consciousness. The chamber vibrated, a low hum filling the air. As the obelisk erupted in a cascade of light, the ground beneath their feet shimmered, transforming into a mosaic of images, a virtual landscape projected by the obelisk's energy field. "We're inside its memory," Zed observed, its voice tinged with synthetic awe. "This is a simulation of the ancient world." The landscape around them changed, revealing a world teeming with life, a civilization of towering cities and vibrant cultures, their architecture a blend of organic and synthetic design. The Pharaohs thrived in harmony with their environment, their society built on principles of knowledge and unity. "This is incredible," Tessa murmured, her eyes wide with wonder. "We're seeing history unfold before our eyes." But the tranquility was short-lived. The simulation shifted, darkening, as a massive shadow loomed over the cities. The skies burned with fire, as an unknown force descended upon the world. Chaos and destruction sweeping through the once peaceful land. "Is this what happened to them?" Mikhail asked, his voice filled with disbelief. "Were they destroyed by some kind of cataclysm?" "Perhaps," Ilara replied, her gaze fixed on the unfolding scenes. "But there's more to this story. What we're seeing, it's a warning." The simulation continued, showing the survivors of the catastrophe retreating into the depths of their moon, seeking refuge in its protective embrace. The echoes of their civilization were embedded in the very rocks, preserved for those who might come after. As the simulation ended, the chamber returned to its original state, the obelisk standing silently once more. The team exchanged glances, realization dawning on them. "The Pharaohs didn't just disappear," Ilara said, her voice resonant with conviction. "They chose to remain hidden, protecting their legacy within the moon." Suddenly, the chamber shuddered, the air thrumming with an ominous energy. The walls began to close in, the passages constricting like a serpent ready to strike. "We need to get out of here," Mikhail urged, his eyes scanning for an escape route. "Wait," Ilara said, her gaze fixed on the obelisk. "There's something else. Something they want us to see." She reached out, her fingers brushing the surface once more, and the chamber filled with light. This time, the images were not of the past, but of the future. A vision of the universe in turmoil, galaxies collapsing into one another, and a singularity that threatened to consume all. In the center of this cosmic maelstrom swirled the symbol of the Alliance, fractured and distorted. "The echoes have given us a vision of what's to come," Tessa breathed, her voice filled with awe and fear. "They're warning us of an impending destruction." "But why show us?" Mikhail asked, his voice strained. "What are we supposed to do with this knowledge?" Ilara turned to the team, her mind racing. "Because it's up to us to stop it. The Pharaohs have shown us the potential of what's to come, and we have to ensure it doesn't happen." The chamber vibrated once more, the the walls closing in faster now, but the team understood. They had been chosen as the stewards of this knowledge, entrusted with the burden of preventing the annihilation they had witnessed. With renewed determination, they made their way back to the surface, navigating the labyrinthine passages with unerring precision. The echoes of the Furos guided their steps, leading them safely to the fissure's entrance. As they emerged onto the moon's surface, the skyline of the Argosy came into view, a beacon of hope against the vastness of space. The team hurried back to their ship, their minds filled with the weight of their newfound mission. The moment they stepped on board, Ilara contacted the bridge. "Prepare for departure. We have a new course, a new purpose." As the Argosy lifted off, Ilara stood at the helm, gazing out at the shattered moon. It had given them more than secrets. It had bestowed upon them a mission to safeguard the future. The echoes of the past resonated within her, a constant reminder of the stakes. And as the Argosy slipped into the vast expanse of space, Ilara knew that the adventure was only just beginning. Part 4. The Convergence. The Argosy hurtled through the depths of space, its engines thrumming with the promise of purpose. The visions from the moon's echoes had set their course, drawing them toward a location marked by coordinates that resonated with the pulse of impending cataclysm. In the heart of the ship, Ilara gathered her senior officers around the central holographic table in the briefing room. The display projected a three-dimensional map of the galaxy, highlighting the coordinates they had extracted from the moon's obelisk. "This is where we're headed," Ilara announced, her voice steady yet filled with urgency. "Sector 9, G937, it lies beyond any known charted territories in the depths of the Null Nebula." Mikhail frowned, his fingers drumming a thoughtful rhythm against the table's edge. "The Null Nebula? Isn't that region notoriously unstable? No ship has successfully navigated its depths and returned." "It is," Tessa confirmed, her face illuminated by the rotating holographic stars. "But the echoes have shown us a path, a narrow corridor through the chaos. We have to trust that it will hold." Ilara nodded, her gaze sweeping over her officers. "This is our only lead. The Furos showed us what's at stake, a vision of galactic destruction. Our mission is to prevent it, and this is where we start." The room fell silent, the enormity of their task settling over them like a shroud. They all understood the risks involved, but more than that, they understood the necessity of their mission. The Argosy plunged into the swirling mists of the Null Nebula, its shields crackling with the strain of navigating the turbulent energies that danced through the void like cosmic serpents. The crew worked tirelessly, adjusting power flows and monitoring systems as the ship wove its way through the maze of gravitational anomalies. As they neared their destination, the nebula parted like a theater curtain, drawn back to reveal the stage. On the other side lay a vast expanse of space occupied by a sprawling construct, a massive array of interconnected stations and structures orbiting a brilliant singularity at its center. The structure pulsated with energy, each ripple through space, sending shivers through the Argosy's hull. "This is it," Mikhail breathed, his eyes wide with wonder. The Convergence Nexus. The Nexus was a marvel of engineering and art, its design a blend of alien aesthetics and advanced technology that surpassed any known constructs. It was alive, a living machine imbued with the echoes of the Furos' ancient wisdom. "Look," Tessa pointed, drawing their attention to a cluster of vessels docked at the Nexus. "Those ships, they're not automated, they're alive." Indeed, the vessels looked organic, their hulls undulating with a gentle bioluminescence, as if breathing in harmony with the Nexus itself. It was a glimpse into the advanced symbiosis between technology and biology that the Furos had achieved. "Captain," Zed reported, its voice cutting through the awe, receiving a signal from the Nexus. Alara nodded. On screen, the display shimmered and an image formed, a holographic representation of a Phyros elder, its visage serene yet commanding. The voice that resonated in their minds was laced with a wisdom that transcended time. Travelers of the void, the elder intoned, you have followed the echoes and arrived at the place of convergence. This is where paths intersect and futures are forged. Alara stepped forward, her voice clear. We've seen the vision of destruction. We are here to stop it. The elder's luminescent eyes flickered with an ancient knowing. The convergence nexus is a nexus of possibilities, drawing upon the energy of the singularity to influence the flow of time and space. It is both a beacon and a crucible. But how do we prevent the catastrophe? Alara asked, urgency threading her words. The answers lie within the nexus, the elder replied. You must enter its core, where the potential of futures is woven. There, you will find the choice that must be made. As the transmission faded, Alara turned to her team, determination etched on her features. Prepare for an away mission. We're going into the Nexus. The away team assembled in the docking bay, their suits modified to interface with the Nexus's organic systems. They embarked on a shuttle, its slender form cutting through the void as they navigated toward the pulsating heart of the construct. The shuttle docked, and the team disembarked into an otherworldly environment, a cavernous chamber filled with soft light and harmonious sound. The walls seemed to breathe, their surfaces a tapestry of living technology that responded to their presence. This place is amazing, Tessa whispered, her voice filled with awe. It's like stepping into the mind of a sentient being. Alara led the way, the echoes of the Phyros guiding their steps deeper into the Nexus. They moved through corridors that twisted and turned, each passage revealing new wonders. Gardens of luminescent flora, cascading streams of energy, and vistas of cosmic splendor. Finally, they reached the core, a vast spherical chamber that seemed to defy the laws of physics. At its center floated an intricate lattice of light and shadow, shifting and reforming in a dance of perpetual creation. This is it, Mikhail said, his voice a hushed reverence, the heart of the Nexus. Alara approached the lattice, feeling the pull of its energy. She reached out, her fingers brushing the surface, and the chamber erupted in a symphony of light and sound. Visions flooded her mind, endless possibilities, each thread a potential future woven from the fabric of time. But amid the chaos, one vision stood out, a single path, illuminated with a clarity that outshone the rest. It was a future where the galaxies stood united, where the potential for destruction was transformed into a beacon of hope. This is what we have to do, Alara murmured, her voice filled with conviction. We have to weave this future into reality. With newfound understanding, the team began to work, manipulating the Nexus core through a combination of will and intention. They adjusted the threads of potential, aligning them with the vision they had seen. As the core shimmered with the energy of their combined efforts, the Nexus responded, its structure humming with the resonance of harmony. The singularity at its heart pulsed, its energy spreading through the galaxy like ripples in a cosmic pond. The destruction they had foreseen was averted, replaced by the promise of a new dawn, a future where knowledge and unity would shape the destiny of stars. The team returned to the Argosy, their hearts filled with hope and purpose. Alara stood on the bridge, watching the Nexus fade into the distance as they set a course back to known space. The echoes of the past had given them more than a mission. They had given them a legacy to uphold. And as the ship sailed through the void, Ilara knew they had taken the first steps toward forging a future worthy of the Pharaoh's sacrifice. The convergence had begun, and with it, a new era for the galaxy. Chapter 5. The Harmonium. The Argosy glided through the serene expanse of space, leaving the enigmatic convergence nexus behind. The crew, still processing their transformative experience, found themselves filled with a newfound sense of purpose. Ilara Voss, standing at the helm, watched the vast tapestry of stars unfurl before them, each glimmering point a possibility waiting to be explored. As the ship charted a course back toward Alliance space, the crew began to notice the subtle changes wrought by the Nexus's influence. The galaxy itself seemed to resonate with a harmonious energy, a gentle hum that whispered of unity and balance. In the ship's observatory, Tessa Lark sat in quiet contemplation, her eyes scanning the celestial panorama. She was joined by Zed, whose mobile unit moved with a grace that belied its mechanical nature. "It's strange, isn't it?" Tessa mused, her voice barely above a whisper. "How everything feels different." Lighter, Zed nodded, its optical sensors focused on the swirling nebulae beyond the viewport. The alterations to the fabric of space-time initiated by the Nexus have created a ripple effect, harmonizing the celestial structures in subtle yet profound ways. Tessa smiled, a sense of wonder filling her heart. It's like the universe is singing a new song, one we all helped compose. Their reverie was interrupted by a soft chime from the communication console. The display lit up with a message from the Alliance Council, summoning the Argosy to a summit on the newly terraformed planet of Auris. A world recently transformed from a barren wasteland into a thriving oasis, thanks to advanced terraforming technologies sourced from Pharaoh's knowledge. As the Argosy descended into Auris's verdant atmosphere, the crew marveled at the world brought to life beneath them. Lush forests stretched across the landscape, rivers wound like silver ribbons, and towering spires of crystalline structures shimmered in the sunlight. The summit was held in an open-air amphitheater, where representatives from countless species gathered in a celebration of unity and cooperation. The air buzzed with the excitement of worlds coming together, forging connections that transcended borders and boundaries. Ilara, accompanied by her senior officers, made her way to the central dais. She could feel the eyes of the assembly upon her, their anticipation palpable. At the center of the dais stood Chancellor Alden Ron, the charismatic leader of the Alliance, his presence commanding yet warm. "Captain Voss," Chancellor Ron greeted, his voice resonating with gratitude. "The Alliance owes you and your crew a debt that cannot be repaid. The knowledge and harmony gifted by the Convergence Nexus are transforming our galaxy into a beacon of possibility." Ilara inclined her head, humility tempering her resolve. "We were merely the conduits for the echoes of a greater wisdom. It is up to all of us to ensure that wisdom shapes a future of unity." The Chancellor gestured to the assembly, drawing their attention. "The transformation of Auris is but the beginning. The technologies and insights shared by the Pharaohs are allowing us to address the challenges that have divided us for millennia." As the summit continued, Ilara mingled with delegates from across the stars, each conversation weaving a tapestry of shared hopes and dreams. She found herself speaking with an emissary from the Saren Collective, a species known for their mastery of organic technology. "Our worlds can learn much from one another," the Saren emissary said, their voice a gentle trill. "Perhaps we can share our knowledge of symbiotic ecosystems in exchange for insights into the Nexus's harmonizing fields." Ilara smiled, sensing the possibilities unfurling like petals of a cosmic blossom. "Together, we can create something truly extraordinary, a galaxy where diversity is our greatest strength. As the summit drew to a close, the assembly gathered once more under the starlit sky. Ilara felt the presence of her crew beside her. Their camaraderie, a tangible bond, forged through trials and triumphs. A soft, harmonious melody began to play, carried on the breeze that whispered through the amphitheater. It was a song of hope and promise, composed by the collective talents of the gathered species, a harmonious blend of voices, each note a celebration of unity. In that moment, Ilara understood the true gift of the Convergence Nexus. It was not just knowledge or power, but the realization that the galaxy was a symphony, each world a note in a grand, cosmic composition. As the music swelled, Ilara closed her eyes, letting the harmony wash over her. The echoes of the Pharaohs had set them on this path, but it was the courage and collaboration of the living that would carry them forward. When the final notes faded into the night, Ilara opened her eyes to a future shining brightly with possibility. The Argosy and all who sailed upon her were part of something much greater than themselves, a legacy of peace woven into the very fabric of the stars. And as they prepared to depart, the crew knew they were not just exploring the galaxy, but building it anew, guided by the echoes of a distant past and the promise of a harmonious future. Chapter 6. The Resonant Accord. As the Argosy drifted through the soft light of dawn on Auris, the crew prepared to embark on a new chapter of their journey. The summit had left them inspired, their hearts alight with the promise of a future built upon collaboration and shared understanding. Ilara Voss stood on the observation deck, watching the first rays of sunlight spill across the planet's surface. The lush landscapes of Auris mirrored the vibrancy she felt within, a testament to what could be achieved when worlds united for a common purpose. The quiet of the moment was interrupted by a gentle chime. Tessa Lark joined her, carrying a small, intricate device that glowed softly in her hands. "Captain," Tessa said, her voice filled with wonder, "the Siren emissary gifted us this. They call it a resonator. It's a symbiotic device that harmonizes energies, enhancing communication and fostering understanding between disparate species." Ilara took the resonator, its surface warm and alive beneath her touch. "This could change everything," she mused. "Imagine what we could achieve with enhanced understanding." As they spoke, the resonator emitted a series of melodic tones, an invitation, a conversation yet to be had. The device seemed to resonate with the heartbeat of the universe itself, a tangible connection to the cosmic symphony. In response, Ilara activated the ship-wide intercom. "All crew, please report to the observation deck. There's something you need to see." The crew gathered, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the resonator. Ilara placed it on a pedestal at the center of the deck, and as they watched, it projected an array of colors and patterns, the air shimmering with potential. "It's beautiful," Mikhail said, his usual stoicism melting away in the light of the spectacle. "But what does it mean?" "The Siren believe it's a gateway," Tessa explained. "A means to connect with the consciousness of other beings on a deeper level. It's said to reveal the essence of what unites us." The crew fell silent, captivated by the unfolding display. As the patterns shifted, each person experienced a moment of profound clarity, a vision of shared experiences, dreams, and ambitions binding them across cultures and worlds. The ship's AI, Zed, interfaced with the resonator, its systems humming in harmony. "The potential applications of this technology are vast," Zed observed. "With it, we could facilitate unprecedented levels of cooperation and innovation. Ilara watched her crew, their expressions filled with hope and determination. The resonator isn't just a tool. It's a promise of what we can achieve together. It's time to use it. With the resonator guiding them, the crew initiated a series of experiments, reaching out to neighboring ships and stations. The responses were immediate and profound. Messages of understanding, offers of alliances, and proposals for shared projects flowed in abundance. Word spread quickly through the galaxy, and soon delegates from countless worlds requested audiences with the Argosy, eager to explore the potential of this newfound harmony. One such visitor was Leora Anwin, a renowned diplomat from the oceanic world of Thalassa. Her arrival brought a sense of excitement, her presence as fluid and calming as the waters of her home planet. Captain Voss, Leora greeted with a nod, her voice carrying the melodic cadence of ocean waves. The resonator has piqued the interest of Thalassa. We believe it could help us address long-standing ecological challenges and foster interspecies collaborations. Ilara welcomed her aboard, the two leaders discussing possibilities that stretched from ocean conservation to cultural exchanges. The resonator bridged not just the gap between individuals, but between entire worlds, each connection a step toward a more united galaxy. As the days passed, the Argosy became a hub of activity, its decks alive with the vibrant energy of collaboration. Scientists and scholars exchanged ideas, artisans shared their craft, and diplomats forged treaties that would shape the future. Ilara watched it all with a sense of fulfillment, her vision of a unified galaxy taking shape before her eyes. The resonator was a catalyst, awakening the potential for peace and prosperity that lay dormant within the stars. One evening, as the ship sailed through a sea of constellations, Ilara found herself once again on the observation deck. The resonator glowed softly beside her, a silent guardian of the hope it had fostered. Mikhail joined her, his presence a comforting anchor. "It's astonishing," he said, his gaze fixed on the starlit expanse. "The way everything's changed. We're not just exploring the galaxy anymore, we're transforming it." Ilara nodded, her heart full. The resonator reminded us of our shared humanity, or shared existence, I should say. No matter where we come from, we all want the same things: peace, prosperity, and a future where our children can thrive. As they stood together, the resonator pulsed with a gentle light, a reminder of the journey they had undertaken and the paths yet to be explored. The Argosy sailed on, guided by the harmonies of the cosmos and the unbreakable bonds forged through understanding. The galaxy was their canvas, and with each new discovery, they painted a vision of a future that was brighter together than apart. In the quiet of the observation deck, Ilara felt the echoes of the past and the promise of tomorrow converge in a resounding chorus, a symphony of hope, peace, and unity that would resonate through the stars for generations to come. Chapter 7. The Celestial Garden. The Argosy continued its journey through the galaxy, riding the harmonies evoked by the resonator. With each passing day, the ship's mission evolved, bringing new allies and insights that enriched their understanding of the universe. Among the many invitations received by the crew was one from an uncharted world, a planet called Harmonia, a name that resonated with their newfound path. The planet was a legend, whispered of in tales of a celestial garden where life flourished in perfect balance. Intrigued by the prospect of such a serene world, Ilara steered the Argosy toward Harmonia, the crew eager to uncover its mysteries. As they approached, the planet unfolded before them, a verdant jewel suspended in the cosmic sea. The surface of Harmonia was a tapestry of emerald forests, sapphire seas, and golden fields swaying in gentle breezes. The air was rich with the scent of blossoms, a symphony of fragrant notes that welcomed them as they descended through the atmosphere. Ilara and her team disembarked into a realm of breathtaking beauty. The landscape seemed untouched by time, a living testament to the harmony they sought to cultivate among the stars. Guided by their Saran allies, the crew made their way to the heart of the celestial garden, a sanctuary known as the Arboretum of Stars. It was a place where the energies of the planet converged, a nexus of natural and cosmic forces. Within the Arboretum, they encountered the Celestials, a species whose existence was interwoven with the life force of Harmonia. Their forms were ethereal, composed of stardust and light, and their presence was as calming as a gentle lullaby. One of the Celestials, a being named Lyra, greeted them with a gesture of welcome. Her voice was a soft, musical whisper that resonated in their minds. "Travelers of the stars," she intoned, her words a gentle breeze. "You have come to the heart of Harmonia, where the universe's song is most pure. What is it you seek?" Ilara stepped forward, her heart full of reverence. "We seek to understand the harmony you have achieved here, and to learn how we might nurture it in the wider galaxy." Lyra nodded, her luminous eyes filled with ancient wisdom. "The harmony you seek is a delicate balance, born of understanding and respect for all forms of life. It is a dance of elements, each note essential to the melody of existence." Under Lyra's guidance, the crew explored the Arboretum, each step revealing the intricate dance of ecosystems flourishing in symbiosis. Plants sang a quiet chorus of growth, their leaves shimmering with the light of distant stars, while streams of crystal-clear water flowed with a rhythm that mirrored the heartbeat of the planet. Tessa, ever captivated by the wonders of alien ecologies, marveled at the beauty around her. "It's like the whole planet is alive," she whispered, her voice filled with awe. "Every creature, every plant, is part of an infinite tapestry." As they wandered, the Celestials shared their philosophy, a belief in the interconnectedness of all things, where each being, from the smallest insect to the grandest tree, played a vital role in the planet's symphony. Mikhail, usually grounded in the practicality of starship life, found himself deeply moved by the experience. "There's a purity to this place," he observed, "a reminder of what it means to coexist, not just with each other, but with the universe itself." Back at the heart of the Arboretum, Lyra invited them to join in a ritual, a ceremony of unity that celebrated the planet's harmony. As they gathered beneath the boughs of an ancient, luminous tree, the air filled with the gentle hum of celestial music, a melody that echoed the resonator's song. Each crew member contributed a note, their voices blending with the Celestials to create a harmonious chord that resonated through the Arboretum, a testament to the unity they sought to sow among the stars. In that moment, Ilara realized that Harmonia was not just a place, but a vision of what could be, a world where balance and understanding guided every action, every choice. As the ceremony concluded, Lyra presented Ilara with a gift, a seed from the luminous tree, aglow with potential. "Take this," Lyra said, her voice a whisper of the wind. "Let it remind you of the harmony that dwells within us all." With the seed in hand, the crew returned to the Argosy, their hearts filled with a sense of purpose and connection. As they prepared to leave Harmonia, Ilara knew they carried with them more than knowledge. They carried the spirit of the celestial garden, a spark of harmony to nurture in the galaxy beyond. The Argosy ascended into the stars, its voyage continuing through the ever-expansive canvas of the universe. With each new discovery, they sowed the seeds of unity and peace. Their journey, a testament to the harmony that lay within reach. waiting to be awakened by the collective dreams of those who dared to reach for the stars. Chapter 8. The Reflective Sea. As the Argosy navigated the celestial highways, the crew found themselves drawn to a whisper on the cosmic winds, a call from a world known only in myths as Solara, the Reflective Sea. It was a planet said to mirror the soul of the universe, its surface a vast ocean reflecting the heavens above. Ilara was intrigued by the tales of Solara, an enigmatic world where the ocean was rumored to hold answers to the deepest questions of existence. The ship altered its course, the crew eager to uncover the mysteries of the Reflective Sea. Upon arrival, Solara unfolded like a sapphire jewel, the planet's surface a shimmering expanse of liquid crystal. The ocean mirrored the stars, creating a seamless tapestry where sky and sea became one. The crew disembarked onto a small floating platform, constructed by an ancient civilization long since faded into the annals of history. As they gazed out over the endless water, their reflections danced and shifted, interwoven with the stars. It was here they encountered the Luminar, a race of beings that emerged not from the land, but from the sea itself. Their forms were fluid and translucent, like living prisms that refracted the light into radiant spectrums with every movement. One of the Luminar, a being named Aether, greeted them with a gesture of fluid grace. Its voice resonated in the air, a harmonious blend of light and sound, as though the ocean itself had spoken. "Welcome, travelers of the stars," Aether intoned, its words a gentle ripple across the water. "You stand upon the threshold of the Reflective Sea, where the universe reveals its truths to those who seek with open hearts." Ilara approached, her curiosity piqued. "We have come to learn from the sea and its reflections, to understand the truths it holds." Aether nodded, its eyes shimmering with the wisdom of ages. The sea reflects what is within, a mirror of the soul. It reveals not only truth, but possibility. Guided by Aether, the crew embarked on a journey across the Reflective Sea. They traveled in boats, crafted from luminescent coral, propelled by the gentle currents of the ocean. As they glided across the water, the crew found themselves enveloped by a profound sense of peace and introspection. Each member of the crew experienced a personal reflection, the sea revealing their innermost dreams and fears. For Tessa, it was a vision of her homeworld, a reminder of her roots and the life she had left behind. For Mikhail, it was the faces of his loved ones, a testament to the sacrifices made in the pursuit of duty. For Ilara, the reflection was a vision of the future, a galaxy united in harmony, a tapestry of worlds interconnected by understanding and peace. It was a vision of hope, the culmination of their journey's purpose. As they sailed further, they encountered the Resonance Isles, clusters of floating crystals that sang with the energy of the universe. Each crystal emitted a unique frequency, the combined soundscape a symphony of existence that resonated deep within their hearts. "The Resonance Isles are the voice of Solara," Aether explained. "They reveal the interconnected nature of all things, a reminder that we are all part of the same cosmic song." Ilara listened to the symphony, the music awakening a sense of belonging that transcended time and space. The crew joined in, their voices blending with the crystalline harmonies, creating a melody that wove their individual experiences into a unified chorus. In that moment, the boundaries that separated them from the universe dissolved, leaving only the pure essence of being. The Reflective Sea had shown them not just who they were, but who they could become. As their journey across the sea drew to a close, Aether presented Ilara with a single luminescent pearl, its surface swirling with the colors of the cosmos. "Take this as a token of your journey," Aether said. "It is a reminder that the universe's reflection lives within you." With the pearl safely cradled in her hands, Alara and her crew returned to the Argosy, their spirits renewed and their purpose clear. Solara had taught them that the path to unity began with understanding oneself, and it was a lesson they would carry with them as they continued their voyage among the stars. The Argosy ascended once more, casting a final glance at the reflective sea as it disappeared into the vastness of space. Their journey was far from over, but they had discovered a profound truth. The universe was a reflection of their dreams, their hopes, and their collective potential. With each new world they encountered, the crew would share what they had learned, sowing the seeds of harmony and understanding that would one day transform the galaxy into a reflection of the unity they glimpsed upon Solara's shimmering waters. Okay, navigating through the dense star cluster, the Argosy emerged into the orbit of a massive, ringed planet, whose surface was obscured by swirling clouds of iridescent gas. Suspended within the planet's rings was a colossal structure, the Sentinel of Echoes, a station of imposing grandeur. Its architecture a complex interplay of form and function, resonating with the legacy of a civilization long vanished. Ilara and her team prepared for an away mission, their curiosity tinged with anticipation. They donned their suits and boarded a shuttle, embarking on a journey to the Sentinel that promised to reveal the origins of the mysterious signal. As the shuttle docked within the ancient station, the crew disembarked into an expansive chamber, filled with softly glowing columns and intricate glyphs etched into the metal walls. The air thrummed with a latent energy, as if the Sentinel itself were alive, whispering the stories of its creators. They were greeted by an aspect of the station, a holographic entity that manifested as a figure woven from starlight and shadows, its presence both commanding and serene. "Welcome, travelers," the entity spoke, its voice a harmonious blend of echoes and whispers. "I am the Keeper, the guardian of the Sentinel of Echoes. You have come seeking the knowledge of the ancients." Ilara inclined her head respectfully. "We are explorers, seeking to understand the legacy of those who came before, and to learn from their wisdom." The Keeper's eyes shimmered with the light of distant galaxies. The Sentinel is a repository of memories, a chronicle of the universe's history, preserved within the echoes of time. Its halls are filled with the dreams and aspirations of countless civilizations. Guided by the Keeper, the crew ventured deeper into the heart of the station, exploring corridors lined with crystalline archives. Each crystal contained a fragment of history, a moment captured and preserved, a kaleidoscope of lives and events spanning eons. Tessa, her curiosity piqued, approached one of the crystal archives, placing her hand upon its surface. Instantly, the chamber filled with visions, a bustling metropolis from a forgotten era, its streets alive with the vibrant tapestry of diverse cultures and peoples. "This is incredible," Tessa breathed, awestruck by the living history before her. "It's like stepping into a time capsule, a chance to witness the lives of those who once walked the stars." As the crew continued their exploration, they uncovered records of scientific breakthroughs, artistic achievements, and the philosophical musings of civilizations that had risen and fallen long before their own. Mikhail, captivated by a particularly intricate glyph, turned to the Keeper. "Why preserve all of this? What purpose does it serve?" The Keeper's gaze was distant, as if peering across the ages. "The echoes remain, so that their lessons may endure. Through understanding the past, we shape the future, guided by the triumphs and failures of those who came before." At the center of the Sentinel lay the Chamber of Origins, a vast hall
housing the core of the station's consciousness. Here, the keeper shared with them the true purpose of the Sentinel: to safeguard the collective memory of the universe, and to ensure that its knowledge would guide those who sought to create a better tomorrow.
The Sentinel is a beacon of hope, the keeper explained. A reminder that even in the face of chaos and conflict, the light of wisdom can lead the way. Ilara felt a profound sense of connection to the station and its mission. The knowledge preserved here is a gift, a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of life itself. As they prepared to leave, the keeper presented the crew with a parting gift, a crystal archive encoded with a selection of histories from the Sentinel's vast store. "Take this with you, travelers," the keeper said. "Let it serve as a guide and a reminder of the echoes that have shaped the stars." With the archive in hand, the crew returned to the Argosy, their minds filled with the stories and insights of the ancients. As they departed the Sentinel of Echoes, the station's beacon continued to pulse, a silent guardian of history, waiting for the next generation of explorers. The Argosy sailed on through the galaxy, carrying the legacy of the Sentinel and the promise of its mission. With each new world they discovered and each new alliance they forged, they honored the lessons of the past, building a future where the light of knowledge illuminated the path to peace and prosperity. Guided by the echoes of history, the crew knew they were part of a tapestry that stretched across the stars. A tapestry woven from the dreams, struggles, and triumphs of all who had dared to gaze upon the cosmos and ask, what lies beyond?